Hello internet and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Squiggy Plays. We are now in March and we have some exciting pickups for you. We've got some new games, some big hitters and a new handheld console. I've got them all over here in this little pile here where you cannot see them. I mean, you probably can a little bit, but hopefully you can't see them. But let's get straight into it. We are going to start with some PlayStation 3 games, and the first one is BioShock Infinite. So BioShock Infinite, absolutely adored this game when it first came out. I've got all of the BioShock games up here. You probably can't see them, but BioShock and BioShock 2 is there. So this is to complete the BioShock collection, which is what I wanted. This game was only £1.50 from CEX, and it is absolutely complete. It is in really good condition, like the box is really nice as well. So it's in really good condition, and yeah, I can't really complain too much about that. So that's going to go straight into my PlayStation collection. BioShock Infinite is a first-person shooter developed by Irrational Games and published by 2K. As we've said, it's the third installment of the BioShock series. Infinite was released worldwide for PS3, Windows, Xbox 360 and even Mac OS in 2013. The game is set in the year 1912 and follows protagonist Booker DeWitt, who is sent to the airborne city Columbia to retrieve Elizabeth, a young woman held captive there. Booker and Elizabeth become involved in a class war between the nativist founders and the crew that rule Columbia and the rebel Vox Populi representing the city's underclass. Elizabeth possesses the ability to manipulate tears in the space-time continuum, and Booker and Elizabeth discover she is central to Columbia's dark secrets. The player controls Booker DeWitt throughout the game, fighting enemies and scavenging supplies, while the computer-controlled Elizabeth provides assistance. So like I said, I absolutely loved this game when it first came out. So as you can see from the back of the box, it won over 80 awards, massively popular game, a fantastic game, and I cannot wait to play it. I've not played it since I played it originally on the Xbox 360, I think it was. So I'm very much looking forward to getting into that. And now to the next game, a game that I've not played on PlayStation 3, but I have played it across other consoles, the remakes, if that might be a little bit of a spoiler. That game is Uncharted Drake's Fortune. So I don't know why, but I never really got into Uncharted when it originally came out, and I felt like I got into it more when the PS4 Nathan Drake collection came out with the remasters of 1, 2 and 3. But I do own 2 and 3 behind me up there somewhere, so I felt like I may as well complete the set. Like, am I going to play it? Possibly not, but it was £3 from a place called Games Galaxy, and I thought, well, for £3, it's completing my set. I may as well just pick it up so I can sort of say I've got all the Uncharted games on PS3 and I've got them on PS4 as well. Uncharted Drake's Fortune is a 2007 action-adventure game developed by Naughty Dog and published by Sony Computer Entertainment for the PlayStation 3. It is the first game in the Uncharted series and follows Nathan Drake, the supposed descendant of explorer Sir Francis Drake, as he searches for the lost treasure of El Dorado with journalist Elena Fisher and mentor Victor Sullivan. There's not really loads to talk about with this game because a lot of it's very story driven, but it's basically, imagine the original Tomb Raider on PlayStation 1 and the impact and effect that had on kind of gaming and that sort of genre. This is kind of what Uncharted was to that for the PS3 and that generation of consoles, in my opinion anyway. You might disagree, and if you do, let me know in the comments below, but that is kind of how I see Uncharted. It's sort of like the new Tomb Raider before the new Tomb Raider actually came out. Am I going to play it? Possibly not, but it's going to go on the shelf with Uncharted, Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3. And finally, one more PlayStation 3 game, I should say. This is actually a remake, whereas the one before got remade. This is actually a remake, and it's a remake of one of my favourite game franchises, game series of all time, and it is Kingdom Hearts. So this is Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD remix. It was £4 from Games Galaxy in concert, and yeah, there's not really loads to say about Kingdom Hearts. I absolutely love Kingdom Hearts. Like, I'm not a massive Final Fantasy fan until I played Rebirth and Remake in Final Fantasy 16, but I absolutely love Disney stuff. Is there any Disney stuff behind me? I don't actually think there is, so there's nothing really to give it away behind me, but I'm absolutely massive Disney nut, so having this game was incredible. I remember playing Kingdom Hearts 2 on the PlayStation 2 first, before I actually got and played Kingdom Hearts 1. In Kingdom Hearts 1, when you've played 2, it's a little bit awkward to try and like get used to the controls, because the controls are very, I would say, dated in Kingdom Hearts 1. But this is the HD remix version, so I will give you a little bit of a spiel of what that contains. So Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 Remix concludes both Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, RE Chain of Memories in HD and with trophy support, and also the collection features a cinematic remake of Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, which is the DS game, I believe. It's basically high definition cutscenes from the original game plus new scenes, and the cinematic also has trophy support. So there's not really too much else to say about it. It was created from the ground up because of a lot of lost assets from the original game, and a lot of the adjustments to its gameplay include stuff from Kingdom Hearts 2, such like reaction commands and allowing the camera to be moved with the right thumbstick. And if you've played Kingdom Hearts 2 and gone back to Kingdom Hearts 1 on the PS2, you know how important moving that camera is. So the fact that it's in here is a godsend. I might get around to playing this. I think I will. I do enjoy Kingdom Hearts. I have the PS2 versions up there somewhere, up a height, you can't see them, so I will get around to playing this again at some point. But yeah, £4 cannot go wrong. And now we move on to a game that is it's a big hitter. It's an expensive game. It's a game that's hard to find, and it's a game that's hard to find not broken in certain places, and you'll see why in a second. But as you know, as you can probably see over my shoulder there, I'm a massive Metal Gear fan, and there's a lot of Metal Gear Solid games. There's some that are very hard to find, some that are very easy to find, obviously, and this one has been eluding me for quite some time, and that is Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence. So there's not really much to say about it. It was £60, as you can see. It's a CEX rarity. It was £60. It was very hard to come by. I think there was only like 3 in CEXs around the UK when this came into stock nearby. So I sent my dad, thank you Dad, rushing out to go and get that because I was at work. So he went to get that for me. And yeah, £60. It was also at Games Galaxy at concert for 70, I think, but I decided to pass on it because it was cheap, a lot cheaper with CEX at the time. Then CEX's prices went up, but £60 is still okay. When we talk about it being broken, what happens a lot of the time is, so it comes with 3 discs, and here and here are supposed to hold the manual in, so you're supposed to have like the teeth to hold the manual in. See if I can get the manual up there. So they're supposed to like clip in there like normal manuals, but for some reason they just seem to break, every single one of them, and I don't understand how or why or who's breaking them. But yeah, so they've like snapped off, but every copy I've seen has either had 1 or none. So I was like, you know what, I'm not too bothered. So obviously it comes with the 3 discs. I'll stand up there. Comes with the instruction manual. Oh, I miss these manuals. And then some of the pages are actually coming out of it, but as long as I keep the manual closed, which I will do because I already know how to play Metal Gear Solid, we will be fine. I'm just gonna put that back in the box with the receipt. So yeah, like I said, that was £60, probably up there with one of the most expensive games I've actually purchased from CEX, I'd say, but it's a game that I've been looking out for a very long time. I've had it on eBay searches and everything, and eBay listings have been quite expensive as well, so £60 is probably actually the cheapest that it's been, to be perfectly honest with you. And actually, let's just double check, because it's got the date when it came into CEX. So this was bought on, this is how long ago this was bought. This was bought on the 17th of February, and the game actually was scanned into the CEX on the 16th of February, so obviously I made sure I got that straight away, but you can see how hard it is to get that game. Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence was released in Japan on December 22nd, 2005, and later in North America, and even later in Europe when it finally came here on October the 6th, 2006. Subsistence continues the Metal Gear Solid series tradition of follow-up expanded versions, while previous releases such as Metal Gear Solid Integral and Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance included skill challenge missions or side story missions. Subsistence it gets rid of those ones and actually includes ports of the MSX2 version of Metal Gear and its sequel, Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. It also introduces Metal Gear Online, which is an online multiplayer component, and fully 3D user-controlled camera in the main portion of the game. So as you saw, there's 3 discs, and that's because all the additional content that was added, there was a lot of content. So the first disc just contains the main game and the cutscene viewer. The second disc is the online multiplayer mode and all the actual supplemental content. So yeah, a lot of stuff in this package. You can kind of see why it's quite hard to get a hold of. The third disc, as you might see there, contains Existence. That is actually the recut cinematic scenes from Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater and also the Metal Gear Solid 4 trailer, which was shown in 2005 at the Tokyo Game Show. So loads of content here, loads of stuff if you're a Metal Gear Solid fan. It is absolutely spot on. And now, before we move on to the last 2 games, we need a console to play those 2 games on. I mean, we need a console to play a few other games as well, but I picked up a Nintendo DS Lite in the metallic red, and this was a £90 unboxed. You can see there the screen, it looks really good condition. I'll do like a little overlay of me just sort of going over the top of it so you can see what it looks like, because it's very shiny with all the reflections. But this is the metallic red. I've never actually seen it before. I've got suspicions that this is actually a US version, just based on the USA being in the serial number at the end. So I'm not 100%, but I feel like it is. But it came with the charger, came with a stylus, and it all is in really good condition. You'll see a little bit of overlay as I put over the top of this. And the important thing is it comes with a Game Boy little slot. And that's kind of why I bought this. So I have a 3DS, but I really wanted a DS Lite so I can play the Game Boy Pokemon games like Fire Red, Leaf Green, Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire, the whole lot. Also with the other games that we're going to talk about. That's probably a little bit of a giveaway of what the other games are, but then you can like transfer your save, your Pokemon across. So it's a good purchase, I think, in my opinion. So then that takes us nicely on to the first game that we bought for this, and that is Pokémon Pearl. So I used to always have Pokémon Diamond, I had Pokémon Platinum of this generation of Pokémon, and I've been debating whether I wanted to get all of them, all the Pokémon games. You'll see I've got a few above me up there. Some of them aren't real boxes, some of them are. I'll let you work out which ones are which. But this is Pokémon Pearl, and I felt like I had to pick it up. It was £48 from CEX, and it comes complete with the manual. You can see the receipt there as well. And this has actually gone up in price since then. So I bought it for, just double check, yeah, £48. It's now gone up to 50. So I think I got myself a bit of a deal. I got myself £2 off. So Pokémon Diamond and Pearl are the first installments of the 4th generation of the Pokémon game series, and they were released in Japan on September 28th, 2006, and then later in Europe in 2007. Like previous games, Pokémon Diamond and Pearl chronicle the adventures of a young Pokémon trainer as they train and battle Pokémon, while also thwarting the schemes of a criminal organisation called Team Galactic. So Pokémon Diamond and Pearl added many new features such as internet play over the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection, changes to battle mechanics and Pokémon contests, along with the addition of 107 new Pokémon. So obviously Diamond and Pearl are independent of each other, they've got pretty much the same plot, and you can play them separately, but you actually need both of them, like all Pokémon games, to complete the game's Pokédex. And that there is Pokémon Pearl version. So there's one more game. You can probably guess what it is based on what's just come there and what we bought the console for, but that is Pokémon White version. And I keep thinking it's Pokémon Black because it's got Zekrom at the front. So Pokémon Black was £65, as you can see. That is very expensive. It is quite expensive in my opinion, but you know what? It is what it is. And £65 for a Pokemon game, can't complain. It is complete. It's even got like the DS cards in it. It's got the Nintendo VIP code card. Has it been scratched off? It has not been scratched off, not like it really matters because you can't redeem them anymore. And I would say it's got the game in it, but the game is actually inside the DS console. So yeah, that was £65. I had vouchers. I had some CEX vouchers for this one, so it actually brought it down to £3.50 of cash for me to pay, which can't really complain with. So Pokémon White was first released in Japan on September the 18th, 2010, and then later released in Europe in 2011. Again, like I've said, similar to previous games, the two games follow the journey of a young trainer. This one through the region of Unova. Pearl was through the region of Sinnoh, and you train Pokemon, compete against each other while thwarting the schemes of the criminal organization Team Plasma. Black and White introduced 156 new Pokemon, which is 5 more than the previous record holder, which was Pokemon Red and Blue, and loads of new features including a seasonal cycle, rotation battles, triple battles, hidden abilities, and fully animated Pokemon sprites. Like Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, both titles are independent of each other, but have the same plot, and while both can be played separately, if you want to complete the Pokédex, you've got to have trades with either version. And that is Pokemon White version, to go with Pokemon Pearl version, and to go with the DS. What a trifecta of stuff there, eh? What a trifecta. So yeah, that has been the pickups video. Let me know what you thought. Do you enjoy the Pokemon games? Do you think Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence was a bit expensive at £60? Or are you happy with the 3 PS3 games that I've picked up there? 3 really good games, 3 absolute bangers there, an absolute banger PS2 game, 2 fantastic Pokemon games, and a new console. But yes, let me know in the comments what you think of these pickups. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.